I'll try to keep this on the short side. I'm just up here to say a few words about Karen, my sister. I'm very proud and happy to watch her get married today. Everything is really beautiful. For those who don't know Karen and I that well, I'm quite attached to her, very much so. She is my best friend, the closest friend I will ever have, and a huge part of my life. And it's been a privilege to be her matron of honor. Yes, thank you. When Karen gave a speech in mine, she forgot her glasses. It's funny.
I did the same thing.
But anyway, I'm thinking about what I would want to say up here today. I don't have a lot of great advice. I've only been married a couple of years myself. And I don't know any jokes. Well, I do know embarrassing stories, but I will not. I'm not sure. But what I can do, I thought I might share a couple things about Karen that people might not know. Things that I love about Karen. First thing that I love about Karen is she is overly generous. Such a generous, giving person with her time, with money, with anything. You can ask her anything and she'll help you, no questions. She's just a really good friend. Something else that I love about Karen is that she is always positive. She is the kind of person that will force you to see the bright side of a bad situation. Even when you don't feel like it. And I tease her a lot about that, but it really is an admirable quality. She's always reminding me of something to be thankful for. And that's a really nice thing about Karen. Let's see, something else I love about Karen, she is hilarious. Karen is by far one of the funniest people that I know. She's always making me laugh, just really funny, clever sense of humor. Karen can memorize movie lines better than any person I've ever met. You can't compete with her. You try to quote movie lines with her, she just gets really irritated and says it the right way back. Yeah. So that's good in town, okay. But the last thing I want to mention about Karen that people might not know, they definitely wouldn't be able to tell by today, because what a beautiful wedding that she planned and orchestrated. But something that is pretty relevant today is that Karen is terrified of making decisions. Through all decisions, it doesn't matter. They are equally hard and anxiety-provoking. She mentioned today it did take her about 4 months to decide what we were going to eat tonight. I'm teasing her lately because I'm cut from the same cloth, so I understand. But the reason why I think that is pretty relevant today for us as her family and her friends is that we just got to watch Karen carry out one of the biggest and definitely one of the best decisions of her life, which was to marry Matt. So I think that's pretty amazing. It's amazing, I think, that we got to all share it with them. It's really great. Matt is such a lovable guy. Love Matt. I've said on many occasions, who doesn't love Matt?
I love you, Matt.
The fact that Karen is here today, getting married, I think speaks volumes about how much she loves Matt and how happy he makes her. The fact that this decision to get married was not an issue. So that was really great. Matt is just an all-around fun, caring, good person. I couldn't have imagined a better person for Karen to want to spend her life with. great person, great last name. I remember having a conversation with Karen when she was in college, and she just started dating Matt. This was probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago, something like that. It was a long time ago, but the conversation went something like, hey. I really like this guy. And wouldn't it be neat if we just kept dating and then I became a nutty comb? And my response to that is yes. It would be So with that, a toast to my best friend and her husband, the new nutty combs, to a long and happy marriage. Cheers.
Well, thanks Michelle for this now I've called that speech. So for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Matt's baby brother, Taylor. Interesting story, when we were growing up, our friends from high school had a nickname for my brother, and for me, Matt was big and I was little, so today, I just wanted to say that before I start fawning over you, Matt, Karen, I could not be happier to have such a beautiful, wonderful sister-in-law to spend the rest of my life with as well. And I just want to thank you so much for taking Matt off my hands. I was worried about him, but he found himself a keeper, so I'm happy. So, something about Matt that I'm sure you all know is that he's a man of many names. He's Matt, Natty, Matthew, Nuts, Nutties, Boo. But as far as I know him, I know a lot of Matthews, and I cannot help but just whenever I introduce him as calling him my brother, I don't call him that to anybody, because, I mean, I love this man. He has been there for me ever since the day I was born, and I just cannot imagine having lived my life up to this day without him. And I remember just growing up watching him and learning from him, and just everything he was as a human being, just mimicking him, you know, just not to bore you with his little details, but growing up playing baseball, he would play a certain position, I would play a position. He played guitar, I played bass. I mean, everything he did, I mimicked. And I remember 2 years ago, almost to the day, Matt was the best man at my wedding, and he told me some words I'll never forget, and those were, Taylor, anyone that knows you, really knows you, knows that I have no advice for you because you're doing everything right. And all I can say to that is, Matt, if there's any reason I'm doing everything right, it's because I've had you to look up to my whole life. So before I start talking, I just want to really toast to Matt and Karen, a beautiful couple, many years ahead, a whole lifetime. I love you both. Thank you.
Guys,